MacGuffin reviews. Extraction. Yes, 2020 action thriller brought to us by Anthony and Joe Russo. They wrote this, they produced it. You may know them from Marvel movies, Captain America Winter Soldier. That's a great action movie. Um, and I'd say Sam Hargrave probably worked on that. He was our director on this, and he's also a stunt performer, stunt coordinator, and fight coordinator, or he was, and now he's a director. And he does a great job in this. This is his first feature. And of course, Joe and Anthony Russo, Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, Civil War. And yeah, they've brought us a really good action movie. Chris Hemsworth plays Tyler Rake, and Chris Hemsworth, Thor, Cabin in the Woods, Red Dawn, Snow White and the Huntsman, Black Hat, and the Heart of the Sea, Spiderhead, also on Netflix. So yeah, he's great in this as Tyler Rake, who is brought in to extract a kidnapped drug lord's son, Ovi, how would you say it? Mahajan. His father is Ovi Mahajan Sr., and he's humiliated by his son getting kidnapped by another drug lord from Bangladesh, called Amir Asif, played by Priyanshu Painyuli. I'm not going to say these right, but I'll do my best. So yeah, he gets Saju. Saju is his son's bodyguard, is Ovi's bodyguard, and he gets Saju to get his son back. So Saju hires Tyler Rake and Tyler Rake's crew to rescue Ovi. And what we get is a double cross. Tyler gets his hands on Ovi, takes him out of the hostage situation, but when they're just about to get to safety, the money doesn't come in that they're due to get paid. And Saju makes an attempt to take Ovi off Tyler. And Tyler doesn't let Saju get his hands on Ovi, and he holds on to Ovi to figure out what's going on, what has happened, and why his team being what would you say, taken out. And one bit of trivia: keep an eye out for Sam Hargrave, the director, as Gaten at the start of this. You know him with the big beard. So that's our director. And yeah, this is a real gritty, tough. It's breathless sort of action, and the pace of this is amazing. There's some great cuts there's about a 15-minute to 10 to 15-minute long action scene, and the cuts are great. It's like a continuous action scene, and it looks great. It's a wonder, you might call it, and it continues, it flows really nicely, and you can't notice the cuts, and it looks great. And yeah, we have great Indian actors here as well that do a great job. And I'm going to try some of the names, and so forgive me, I'll probably get them wrong. But basically what we have here is the biggest drug lord in India versus the biggest drug lord in Bangladesh, the Pablo Escobar of Bangladesh. And yeah, I'm going to try to say the name. Priyashu Painyuli plays Amir Asif, and you may have seen him in Bhavesh Joshi, Mirzapur, and Do Ke Ten, and he plays Amir Asif, the Bangladesh drug lord who lives in Daku, who controls Daku. He seems to have an army that he controls, and yeah, he wants Ovi back, and he sends. So basically the city of Daku is he controls, and he's also got a boy gang that are ruthless as well and have guns, and that Tyler has to put some manners on. Um, yeah, so what we get here with Tyler is it reminds me a bit of Mel Gibson's character in Lethal Weapon. He's he's lost everything. He's a man on the edge. He there's nothing to live for, but he does need money to live, and he has to do this job. And yeah, but he doesn't care what happens really, but he wants to get the job done, and he doesn't care what happens to himself. But he does form a bond with Ovi, during the course of the movie. We learn more about Tyler, why he is the way he is. Um, this is a spoiler review, by the way, so more Guff spoilers. I'm gonna just warn you now. So we learned that Tyler's lost his son to cancer, and he's lost his wife as well. And well, his wife has left him because he didn't, as we learn, handle the death of his son very well, and couldn't cope with that. So we learned that he's not as tough as Ovi thinks he is, and that yeah, he feels really bad about not being there while his son was sick, and let work sort of take him out of the situation. And yeah, so it's very sad what happens to him, but yeah, it's very nicely done, very well directed. The chats between Ovi and Tyler and how they sort of bond, and yeah, so that's a really nice sort of different side to the action. Um, Ovi Mahajan is played by, I'm going to say this wrong, Rashk Jaswal. Does a very good job. He was also in The Tenant, Noor, and Crush TV. And Ovi's dad is the biggest drug lord in India, and he's Ovi Mahajan Senior. And yeah, he's not too happy with his son getting kidnapped by a gang, another drug lord, and he feels humiliated. And he's very angry at Saju, who's the bodyguard that's let this happen. Who's played by Randeep Huda, and he's brilliant in this. He's also an ex-soldier, and he he's the cause of the double cross. He knows Ovi Senior has no money, but if he doesn't get Ovi back for his boss, he's going to lose his son. He gets threatened by his boss that he's going to lose his family. So he's nothing to left. He has to do this. Um, Randy Puda, you made a scene in Highway Kick Sultan once upon a time in Mumbai. He's great in this. And first of all, he tries to take Obi back from Tyler, and he doesn't succeed. There's some great action here. Um, really well cut, really well choreographed action. Just it'll leave you breathless and on the edge of your seat. So yeah, this is well worth the watch. Who else do we have in this? We have Nick Khan is one of the characters, and Gol Shifta Farahani plays her, and she was also in Peterson, About Ellie, Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge, and Body of Lies. And yeah, I'd love a spin off of this of some of these characters like Nick Khan or yeah. Anyway, what else do we have? There's a boy gang member that works for Amir Asif, and played by Farhad. He's played by Suraj Rikami, and yeah, he's great too. And yeah, Amir Asif is brilliant as a real sinister. You know, what would you say? He's a Pablo Escobar type, flamboyant drug dealer in Bangladesh. And yeah, some great sort of there's a great feel for India here. It's a great location for this to set this action movie. We get this great ending to this where Tyler has figured out a way to get Ovi out of the safety in Daku, but he has to get to a safe location that a helicopter can pick him up. And him and Saju work together to get Ovi out. And yeah, it's and of course Nick Khan comes as well to help him. So we get this great sort of finale action scene, and yeah, just well choreographed, nail biting stuff, and really recommend this. I would give this is a 4 out of 5 for me. I like a good action movie, and this sort of yeah, this is really worth a watch. And yeah, what else can I say? The ending. Okay, I'm going to spoil the ending, so go and watch it and come back. It looks like Tyler dies at the end of this, and but we do get a glimmer of maybe he's alive, but it does seem like he's dead. So yeah, it's a shame. Would have liked more sequels to this, and so hopefully they do. Hopefully they do more sequels to this, a sequel to this or a prequel. That'd be great. Uh, but yeah, hope to see more from this character, Chris Hemsworth. This is a really great role for him. I hope he does more action like this and gets away from the Thor stuff and the Marvel stuff. And yeah, Joe and Anthony Russo, good job. Enjoyed this. And yeah, I like the sort of vague ending. Is he alive? Isn't he? And yeah, and one of the gangsters gets taken out, and that's a nice gets what he deserves. Like that ending too. So look, Extraction, check it out on Netflix. Good stuff. Brad MacGuffin's reviewed Extraction.